Hello everyone, I'm Deb Courtney. Welcome to my channel today. So glad you're here today. If you're not a subscriber to this channel, I sure hope you will become one. If this is the first time you've visited the channel, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Subscribe, leave me a comment, hit the like button. Let me know that you've been here, and I certainly would appreciate it. It certainly helps this channel with the YouTube algorithm. So let's begin. I've been doing, well, let's see, it's probably been 3 before today, about closing doors. And this one has to do with close every door with promises fulfilled. Okay? So I wrote down some things that I want to discuss, and so I look at my notes so I don't leave anything else. This has to do with, the first has to do with a job. So it says, don't leave a job with unfinished promises you made, okay? So if possible, as far as it depends upon you, whatever it takes, if possible, don't leave a job if you have made promises and you haven't fulfilled them promises. Do it. It's just a good way to do business. And, you know, having worked for myself, the biggest part of my work life, my husband and I, we did everything that we adhered to this first one. Every promise we made, we fulfilled. Now, sometimes there are differences of opinion on how that should look compared to you and the other person. So I always find, however long it takes, a win-win situation, a win for them and a win for me. And the reason I do that is this. It will, if you don't fulfill what you've told someone you'll do, everybody almost in the county will know about it. Because we know that, hey, all you got to do is turn on the TV and know that bad news, there's a saying that goes something like this in the news business. If it bleeds, it leads. Okay? So we know that bad news travels faster than good news. So you just don't want to leave people with a bad taste in their mouth in regards to anything that you've promised that you would do that you didn't do. Nah, not a good idea. So don't leave a job, whatever it is. It can be mowing the yard. It can be washing windows. Just anything, whatever it is, without the promises that you made to get the job done, if possible, to do that. Okay, the next one I wrote down was complete every vow, whatever the cost, if possible. And some of this stuff, you can do it, but a lot of it is contingent on the other person allowing you to do it. Now, if a person is very obstinate and just says, hell no, you're not coming. You're not stepping foot on my property. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. I'm not going for it. Hey, it just, then they have made it to where you could not could finish the promise, where you could not complete something that you wanted to do. You can just note that to them if you get the chance. Say, I would like to do this. You've not allowed me to do this. How can I do this if you won't allow me on the property or whatever the situation may be to do what I have told you that I would do? So those are conversations that you have to have, but don't just walk off and not say anything about anything. Integrity is very easy to test. Very easy. Always remember that. Do you have integrity? Are you a person of integrity? And if you are, is your words as good as what you say they are, what you say you're going to do? Used to, somebody say, oh, I'm going to do this, and another person, well, I'm going to do this, and they'd shake hands, which meant my handshake, my bond is as good as my words are as good as my bond. I'm going to do what I told you I'm going to do. Or there used to be a situation where people would cut their hands, and one person would cut theirs, the other person, and they would shake hands, and that blood would mingle, and that was their bond. You don't see that so much nowadays, but you used to do that. And I've read about it. I'm not that old, believe me. Anyways, simply ask yourself this question, okay? Did I fulfill my promise? You will know, and you know what? Your conscience will let you know, yes or no. And if you come back with a kind of sort of maybe, then you need to ask yourself another question. Okay, so what do I need to do in order to fulfill my promise to this individual? So just simply ask yourself that question. Did I fulfill my promise? If you do something and you think you fulfilled your promise, okay? And then, but the other person think, well, what about this? And you think, well, that's not part of my promise. Tell you what, you know what? Go above and beyond. Let me tell you something. You will reap such great benefits, even going above and beyond. I mean, if you mowed somebody's, just hypothetically, if you mowed someone's yard and it was really high and you mowed it, you say, well, I mowed your yard. Okay, yeah, you mowed my yard. But you see all this grass? I mean, it looks like a wheat field. You know what I mean? So, you know what? So you go get a rake or whatever you have close, and you do what you have to do to make the yard really nice. And they like, I'll tell you what, just doing that little situation there will get you probably more customers and clients than you'll ever know, really. So yeah, and I think the last thing is I wrote down is forget the blaming, complaining, and accusations. This principle reveals everything you need to know about another in promises fulfilled. Sometimes you will do something and you may have to go back and add something to it or tweak something a little bit more than what you thought the promise called for. Like the example I gave just a little earlier ago. However, it will, like I said, don't blame, don't complain, don't have any accusations against somebody. Sometimes there's some people you can't please, okay? There are some people in this world that nobody could please them. No one. But do the best you can. Go above and beyond what you have promised to do, the promise that you fulfilled, that you said you'd do. Go above and beyond that. And then, hey, they may call on you for something else. And then if knowing that individual and how they are, you can turn them down and say, I appreciate it very much. Thank you for asking me. However, I'm not going to be able to do that. I don't, and for whatever reason. Okay. And so, you can remember that in the future if someone is to you very hard to please for you. So just that's just a pointer. Um, there's another one I want to talk about as far as closing doors, and that's close every door with integrity, and that's next week. So be on the lookout for that. Close every door with integrity. Well, I'm glad I found you. I'm glad you found me. Go out and make it a great day, and I'll see you next time.